Taking a live shit right now. Oh,
Are you doing it in North Tonawanda?
No. Yeah, maybe. We have a representative here from there tonight. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101 with your host, Maxwell Starr. We're back at you tonight with more holiday beers. Considering it's the Christmas season, we decided we wanted to be some extra festive and do this 2 weeks in a row just so we can have, keep the party going. And speaking
just so we have content for you.
Exactly. And speaking of parties, let's look and see who we got with us. Someone who hasn't been here in a while, who is Paul. Hi, Paul. Oh, you were here last week.
Hi.
Hi, Paul. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
I'm very festive today.
I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. What beer did you bring here tonight?
Oh, I brought Santa's Little Helper, an imperial stout with hazelnuts and coffee coming from Port Brewing Company from the Californias.
Port Brewing Company?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's like San Diego, but I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's vintage 2020.
So it's been cellar aged or at least liquor store aged.
Lovingly aged.
Shelf turd aged.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, let's move along to another person who has been with us for a while, which is Carrie. Also festive.
Carrie.
Not sure when I wasn't here last, but yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, I know, you were here last week.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me. And
It's been here in a whole 7 days.
Hello to everyone else. Yeah, I just sit in Nick's Discord all alone, waiting for people to come and hang out with me.
Well, that's Radar.
Not me.
That's Radar.
I was gonna say you're not Radar. Jeez.
That was the joke. For my beer that I brought for today, I've got a can of Two Pad Stack. It is a West Coast double IPA by the Sawdust City Brewing Company. Just very randomly was at the LCBO. I hadn't seen it before. I've never had it before. And this is a collaboration between Sawdust City and everybody's favorite beer personality, Drunk Pokeroo.
What the fuck?
I didn't even realize until like a couple minutes ago when I read the back of the can.
So I'm assuming this is some kind of winter seasonal for them. I take it.
Thanks. It's kind of a shame LC Sexton's not here tonight because he'd have a good time with that.
All right.
Look at that. It's actually clear. It's clear. I'm not sure if it would come through clear, but it's clear.
No big chunks of stuff in it?
No. That's Flying Monkeys.
Yeah.
Drunk Pokeroo would never do a collaboration with Flying Monkeys because he's an idiot.
That guy's never touched a bowl.
It's a hard pass.
All right.
Thank you, Carrie. All right. And, we might as well get it over with. All right. One person who's here tonight who has not been on the channel for, I don't actually know how long anymore, but we missed you, Joe.
I mean, before a pandemic.
No, it was during the pandemic. I think,
Was Joe on during the pandemic?
Oh, it's the pandemic. Where'd you think they got it?
Is someone going to answer? You're asking me. I'm not really sure.
Where'd you think they got his baboon heart from? They got it from a Wuhan fish market.
I have been on post. I think I was on like a year and a half ago, something like that. I don't know. I regret it whenever I was on it. But here's the thing.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you very much, Nick, for inviting me to Barrel Aged 101, where we review a bunch of different barrel aged beers. I think you may have changed the format since I was last year. I'm not positive. I think that's how it goes. But I typically listen to this. I don't watch it because listening's better. But I appreciate you inviting me today so we could, trash Drunk Pokeroo, Pokeroo, whatever. I don't know. Is he some kind of important guy? I don't know who he is.
He's really not.
He's an influencer.
I think he's one of those Instagram guys.
Isn't Chris and Dan to some degree an influencer?
Yeah, I know. I think Chris gave it up when he started driving boats and Subarus.
That might be the dumbest sentence I've ever heard from anybody ever on this show.
All right.
Really, and I've said some terrible things over the years.
I know that
Wow.
takes the cake right there. That sentence. I don't want to hear it again. I got a beer specifically for Dan. So way to show up, buddy. Real good job.
Update. He is on his way. Just his wife made him stop at the store on the way home, so he'll be here eventually.
That man's delays are never under like 15 minutes. Like it's like I'll be out later. 3 hours later. No, I guess it's technically later, but
episode will be over by the time he gets here.
This is from a beer company I've never had. It's Destination Unknown Beer Company. I had to get this because when you earlier, Greg, said that like Arnold never lets you down, I was thinking about the Arnold we all know outside of your dog, who has great quotes. And this is
Palmer does.
This Arnold is
Palmer.
Put that cookie down.
Put the cookie down.
So I didn't even look at what this was because it's just the fucking name is fantastic. Imperial Cream Ale with raspberry, almond, and lactose.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so we're not drinking that. So here's what I'm drinking actually today.
Wow.
We are drinking a favorite from Greg. I think the base of this is his favorite. I had to pick it up just because it's the festive, it's the holiday spirit. From Prairie Artisan Ales, we got Christmas Bomb.
Yes.
Ooh.
So Christmas Bomb Imperial Stout brewed with spices. They take their base bomb, which is like a Mexican-style Imperial Stout, Mole Stout, and then they put festive spices. Could be anything. They don't tell you. 13%. It's the 2023 vintage, and I haven't had this in quite a while, so I thought I'd crack it open. I know, Greg, I don't think you like this one, Greg, as much as regular Bomb, but I know you still enjoy it.
It's been so long, I would have to check my Untapped. So, but yeah, I think regular Bomb's my favorite one. But
yeah, it's still a fun beer, though.
I do remember having positive feelings about that beer.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So yeah.
All right.
No lactose beers tonight. Just saying.
Oh, thank God.
Right. Thank God for that. All right, let's follow Joe up with his nemesis, Greg. How are you doing tonight?
Greg?
I'm doing well. I'm wearing my Santa uniform, kind of. Got the big dick energy, big neck energy. Got my hat, and I'm all excited. Joe, since you're our guest of honor, you get to pick. Do I pick a seasonal Christmas beer release? It's nothing exciting. It's just 4.5%, but I've never drank it on the show. Or do I just go for an Imperial Barrel Aged Stout that I've drank on the show before, but it's a new vintage?
Well, it's the second dumbest thing I've heard tonight after the sentence about Chris. If you literally say you 4.5%, I don't give a shit what it is. You don't drink it. Paul would fight you by the end of the show. Just get the barrel aged behemoth, even if you probably drank it 700 times on the show already.
All right, well, double Tempest 2023, motherfuckers.
Right.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Well, that's not Christmas related.
Is this that?
It's a winter release.
A winter release.
Has that been in a can before?
No, this is the first year in the can.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
All right.
First time in the can for you, Greg?
First time in the can.
For you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, first time. No, I've had it. This is the third one I would have drank this week. But you're skipping ahead to my history, Joe.
First time in the can. I'm sure he's been in the drunk tank
First time. I don't know what Greg is the... What happened?
Anyway. All right.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect that from him.
Thank you, folks. All right, let's go to Mr. Lee. Hey, Lee. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm just fabulous. How are you, Nicholas?
I don't know. Tired. But other than that, excited for tonight's beers.
Yeah, no, I didn't really care.
Yeah, I know you
don't. Anyway, here's what I brought. I brought two things. So, first one I brought is from Britain Brewing here in Nova Scotia. And this is something I guess they just kind of release around the winter months. It's not necessarily like a big special winter beer or anything like that, but it's fairly seasonal appropriate in a way, especially considering how scarce stouts seem to be these days. But Britain Brewing's Irish Stout at 4.2% alcohol by volume. And then I also brought this because it showed up in the winter gift section of my NSLC, so I'm just going to... And it's got cranberries in it. So that's kind of seasonal, I guess. This is from Hard Honey Beverage Company, and where are they? They're at a fucking... did they even say the goddamn thing? Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia, that's right. So they make mostly meads, and this is their cranberry session mead at like 6.2% alcohol. So.
All right, actually, that's
there we go.
All right, thank you, Lee. Let's go over to Lady Lee, who's looking festive tonight. Thanks.
Hello.
Hello.
So I ended up bringing 2 because I wasn't sure who would bring what. And since nobody really brought what I brought, which I'm not surprised, honestly, I will let you guys decide. I have a roasted chestnut brown ale. There we go, camera.
Oh, you guys are counting that today, actually.
And then I have a Granville Island Lions Winter Ale.
Fuck off.
Ooh,
Whoa.
brutal.
Winter ale.
What was the first one?
Are you mad at me?
He mad, bro.
Why are you mad? Should I know something?
He just hates Granville Island a lot, that's all.
Toasted chet. Okay, yeah, that one. Roasted.
Roasted.
Both sound good. I'd go with the winter lock. Or toasty
Winter ale?
roasty.
The
This
winter
one?
ale is actually
Yeah,
not
I'd go
bad,
with
but
the
yeah,
winter ale.
Granville Island is kind of one of those
Granville Island, yeah, they're terrible.
craft breweries
Granville
going very
Island
macro.
sucks.
Okay. Then I will drink that one later.
Yeah, you want to get
So
all
my
that minty
choice
flavors.
tonight-
Yeah.
Is this one.
Oast House.
I like how
I'll
they
make a
have
Host
the
House with-
roasted.
An albino rhino.
Good old
And
Let's
Niagara.
toasted.
say brown ale, roasted chestnut brown ale.
It's a 4 points. It's pretty light, isn't it? 4 point something percent, I think, what it was.
5.3.
Okay. It's not super light.
Oh my God! Strong beer. Scott, where are you?
Yeah, where's Scott tonight?
Beer Forte.
He did say earlier he wasn't going to be here. He
Sure.
said, I'm in for tonight, but
I
might,
thought he was gonna
might or
bring
might
him-
not be a moosehead, he said.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
eating.
he's sucking on a moose head right
I thought he was
now.
gonna bring the Moosehead barley wine that they made, or the quad, or something. That's anyway, fruitcake quad.
It's okay, guys. He had to drive Dan's wife to the store.
Oh wow! Everyone has to drive.
Oh, okay. All right.
Drive Dan's wife to the store. All right, so let's.
What?
All right, so let's put me up here, and I'm going to talk about my beer tonight, which is going to be a brew. It's a collaboration brew
Yay!
from 4 different New Brunswick breweries. It's from Brasseurs de Petit Saut, Tepic Brewing, Nouveau Boreas, Grand Falls Brewing. So this is all breweries from the northwest corner of New Brunswick, and this is
Wow.
S'mores Noir Dessert Stout,
Cool.
8.5% ABV. Contains barley, oats, and wheat. Doesn't mention anything about lactose, but I'm going to assume it probably does. So knowledge may vary.
Mm.
All right.
A
So-
collaboration from 4 brewing companies no one's ever heard of. That's cool.
Paul saying what I'm thinking.
Right. Like
It's
we've
like-
ever heard of some of the stuff you guys bring. Anyway, Beers for Days is in the chat saying cheers. Cheers, Beers for Days.
Cheers.
And since Dan's not here yet, I'm going to go circle back around, starting with Paul, and ask, what's the history with your beer? Do you have any?
Port Brewing Company. I've had a lot of Port Brewing Company stuff. They had an interesting old engine oil kind of theme beer for
Oh, yeah.
a while, different variants. I've had this one before as well. They're from San
Oh,
Marso. Scott's here. He got done with that moose. And it's a pretty good place. I mean, I've had a lot of beer from them overall. They're pretty good. I've only had this beer once. And I'm enjoying it so far. And another history thing is I opened it with this can opener that says Leslie that my mom got me for Christmas 2 years ago. I pulled it out of my little package and I'm like, who the fuck's Leslie? And she goes, it says Paul. I'm like, no, it the fuck doesn't. So I don't know how many drinks she had when she picked this off the shelf, but she reached down and it said Paul and she gave it to me and now this is Leslie.
Oh, what
So,
would have
this
made
is
it
my
worse if
Leslie.
he had it customized? I want you to make this for my son Leslie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So forever it is Leslie.
Nice.
Cheers.
And that's
Leslie.
my history and a little fun story. That's all I got.
Cheers, Paul. Alrighty, let's skip over to Care Bear here. Hi, Gary. What's your history?
Like I said, I've had that much of it. as far as the brewery, they were for quite some time my favorite brewery. And then they stopped doing the spend $100, get free shipping. So it's like, why would I buy your beer when other breweries still do that? Like, I'm not going to pay shipping if I don't have to. Come on now. Yeah, this is they were releasing, I think, for like 3 years straight. They had their 52 pickup club thing where they actually were releasing a new beer, minimum one new beer every week for the whole year. It's kind of cool. They just basically stopped that during the pandemic. So, but yeah, there's some history for you.
Nice.
Is that the company that did the Long Dark Voyage series?
They did that one, yes. And actually, this year's version of that beer has been released, but unlike this one, isn't making its way to the LCBO. So if I wanted some, I'd have to pay to get it shipped. So, fuck that.
Oh, muffin. All right, let's. Thank you, Carrie. Let's go over to Mr. Joe and let's ask him. What's your history with Prairie Bomb or Christmas Bomb in general or whatever?
Had this for the first time back in 2014. Actually had this before the regular bomb, which was kind of interesting. Back then, you had to wait in line, basically. They would show up. You'd had to go to the store. They'd sell out within like 3 or 4 hours. So I remember having this first. And it's always been pretty good, especially if you like the Mexican-style Imperial Stouts. Had it a couple times since then. Last time was 2019. I reviewed it on my channel. I think they changed the spices each year because that year they brewed it only with, it said Imperial Stout with cinnamon. So I really didn't get any other festive spices. So came off as like cinnamon heart candies, like in an Imperial Stout with like a base like Mexican Imperial Stout, coffee, chocolate, vanilla. This has ancho chili peppers in it too. It's always really good. Prairie always does good stuff. The problem with their stuff is it's usually pretty expensive, although nowadays not as expensive, but like the price point really hasn't changed with their stuff in like 9 years, which is insane. This was $10.99 a bottle.
I don't want to. I'm sorry to cut you off. But I don't know if anyone else is what. Okay, the stream was like nothing but like there was nobody on the actual stream for like 30, 40 seconds, but it just seems to have fixed itself. So I'm sorry, Joe. Keep going. That was really weird.
Yeah, I'm done. No. So yeah.
Sorry.
So,
Yeah.
So yeah. I've had this beer a lot. It's pretty good. Fucking still good. All right.
Yeah, it's like $13.99 here. All variants of Prairie's like $13-14 still here, and
yeah, that's expensive. That was $10.99.
They're very
that's
under.
Not bad. What's that? Paul's
That's still a lot for a beer for that beer.
For that, he said.
Still a lot
for that beer. He said for that beer.
Especially for that beer.
Yeah. For that
Right.
beer.
All right. Thanks, Joe. Where's Greg? Greg? Where'd Greg go? Hi, Greg. What's your history with
Nick, how are you?
Greg, what's your history with Double Tempest?
I was gonna say, do you really want me to say, or do you just say, hey?
I think at this point we already know pretty much your history with Double Tempest.
I've been BA101 Greg Double Tempest. I'm sure it'll probably come up. You can just watch.
Just do a search of the channel. It'll be like 100 videos.
Yeah, I had it for the first time in 2013, and I've had it once or twice since then. Cheers.
Now, even every time I've had it, Greg's probably been involved.
Do you think anyone's actually gonna search for like Greg Double Tempest in that?
Well, Jamie might.
I think we have some very interesting viewers out there that would want to see that.
Jimmy C, when he pops in the chat, he might do it.
Yeah, Jamie's fucked in the head.
Yeah, well, yeah. But drives
I mean, really, the only people who search for Greg in that sense, they're looking for something different than beer.
Yeah, way different.
Yeah, let's be nice to Jamie. The man voluntarily moved to Alberta, so clearly he's not playing with a full deck. So
yeah,
let's just give him a break.
Yeah, he's dumb. Real dumb.
Technically speaking, Dan moved to Alberta too, so
also real dumb.
I think it just brews it really.
Well, you can't really blame Dan. His wife probably made him. So.
He's not wrong.
It probably wasn't his first choice, but
it'd be hilarious if he was actually here to defend himself, but he's not because he's fucking late like always.
To be fair, Greg, he wasn't his wife's first choice either. So.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, guys.
holy shit! All
I'm
right,
not going to say
Lee.
he deserves that, but he didn't show up.
Okay,
so I can't say that
good
he
job, Lee, and
Who's taking my
also,
back?
give us your history on your beer and mead.
All right, so the beer, first time, well, I reviewed it on my channel. So basically my first exposure to it, like I didn't even know they made this. So apparently they've been making it for like maybe a couple of years or something like that, but it just showed up on the NSLC shelf, so I picked it up. There you go. As far as this stuff, I'd never heard about it. I didn't realize there was like a meadery anywhere in Nova Scotia. Like that was new fucking news to me. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick that up. That at least they'll give me something slightly different for this holiday thingy, and so that's why I did it. And
Nice.
yeah, that's about that, man.
What's the ABV on that mead, Lee? Lee, what's the ABV on that mead?
6.2%.
6%.
Okay, yeah.
That's pretty low.
Yeah,
Yeah, it seems pretty
yeah.
low.
It says session mead. So
Okay, there you go.
That's
there you
kind
go.
of session needed for 6.2%. I'd session it. All right. Thanks, Lee. Let's go over to Lady Lee and ask your history of your beer.
Sorry, I was looking at my
What?
my grades for school, and
Oh.
I got really confused.
It's all good.
Higher numbers.
As long as you're not getting confused in school.
No, I had a 53 for a midterm, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, all my grades are like high 80s and like 90s and shit right now."
Wow, there's a humble brag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you. I worked my fucking ass off. I am gonna brag.
Yeah, fuck you, Greg.
And you only got an 80?
Okay.
I
mean, a
have
lot,
91
of
average
the,
right now.
a lot of the students
Go
got
fuck
90s,
yourself.
but I mean, hey, you did the best you could.
Nobody better leave the chat. Okay, no leaving the chat.
One of the highest students. Thank you very much.
One
I
of,
got a
but not the
99 in one of
highest.
my classes.
Wow.
So I was
Only
very
one?
proud of that. Yes, only one. But I was very stoked about that. So history of this beer. Okay, so I don't have a history with this beer, but I did walk into the LCBO, and happened to be my friend was working, and this is like the earliest I think I've ever been to an LCBO, because I think it was like 9:30.
Oh,
And I
that's
was
what
like-
shoplifters,
time.
not the
Alcoholic
holiday.
time.
Yeah.
And the,
Yeah,
and the
I walked in.
shoplifters, because they'll walk in, just grab a bottle, and walk out. The staff, they don't do anything.
Yeah, the cash
I
registers
just
aren't
went
even open.
I just went to the dentist, so it was close to on my walk back. So I was like, screw it, I'll just grab a beer, and then it's done for the day. So I walk in and I like say hi to the cashier, and I'm like, since when do I say hi to the cashier? Like, what is happening? I think I just felt really awkward because I was walking into an LCBO at 9:30 in the morning.
He's
Either way.
you know, he or she is judging you.
Yeah, welcome to alcoholism.
Yeah,
And they
I'll be
work
there
in the liquor
resurrection.
store.
Now you just need to
Um,
find a nice bridge to drink it under.
Yeah,
Exactly.
thankfully my friend was
It's-
working.
It's
And
bad
I
when you
told
call him by name too. You're like, "Hey, Joe." Hey.
Hey.
They did
I
not
actually
know my
do
name.
that.
Oh, my friend knew my name, so yes, they did know me by name at that LCBO. Yeah, so my friend saw me and asked if for winter beer, and he's like, "Oh, I have the perfect one." So he grabbed me this one. So
Scratch
this was
ginger
his
ale.
pick. And then he also mentioned this one because he's like, "It's literally a winter ale. It matches your topic perfectly." So I just kind of laughed.
Are you planning to unfriend him at all?
I just said I needed winter/Christmas beer, and he steered me in the right direction. So shut the fuck up.
I mean,
There you go.
It's not wrong.
Oh, that's a little
Technically,
rude.
today.
I think that's a
technicality,
little
it's not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is my history. That's my history. Oh, I almost grabbed the gingerbread stout, but I always have to
Gingerbread
stop
stout.
myself because I know I'm not gonna like it, so I did not grab it.
But we'll enjoy watching you drink it.
I did not grab it this time.
Yeah, that's-
Every time there's one of these ones,
That
I always
thing
find
you
these really
got-
interesting flavors.
You
It
could
happens
add
to
some
be a fucking
chalet sauce and
stout,
make it be okay.
The thing
and I
you gotta
tried
get
so
grabbing
hard to
gingers.
like it.
The thing you gotta get is start grabbing gingers. I get it.
The can looks like a
The thing I
fresh
have
ginger
against
ale.
stout. I
Oh.
fucking love gingerbread cookies.
Oh, what was the brewery that made that ginger one?
Big Rig
Was
has
it
gingerbread
Figure?
stout.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I don't
sounds,
remember.
Sounds interesting. All right, cool. Thank you, Lee. Let's
It
go over to.
It probably was interesting, but fuck you, Stouts.
All right, so let's go over to the Fuzz, who is here, just in time for the history part. But we might as well introduce yourself. First of all, how you doing, Scott?
Hey, I'm good. Sorry I'm a little late.
It's all good. At least you're here before Dan.
Yeah, you're not the last person here.
You're not the last person here.
Hashtag's better than Dan.
So which moose did you bring tonight?
Well, literally everyone's
Why
better
would
than
you
Dan.
think I would have brought a second Moosehead product?
That's crazy.
Because there's another
Nobody
Moosehead product that's actually a Christmas beer that he's putting his Moosehead hat on.
I brought Moosehead Small Batch Spiced Fruitcake Belgian Quad.
Oh,
Available only in the Small Batch brewery. It's a 9.5 ABV in a nice big bottle. The history with this beer, I've had it at the Small Batch, and it is effing delicious. And I'll get to the tasting notes later. But the history with this beer, I've only had one glass before it. It was made in an ultra small batch, and they're not making any more. So, Nick, if you really want this, you're going to have to run down. Yes, there's literally
they've got it.
better
They got
than
it down in
theirs.
the KV store. So I saw it there.
No, do they have it in the KV store?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
like
only in
$12.99.
local. Oh yeah, it's $12.99.
So only local
couldn't even-
ANVLs. Okay.
Yeah, I could not even get a discount on it.
Really? So
Really.
you couldn't. You just asked them. You handed them over your coupon for a 12-pack, and they wouldn't
And they
take
gave
it
me
for
back
that
the
one.
coupon.
Damn it! They wouldn't give you 12 bottles for free, or it's taxes on it.
This would be a 6-bottle one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but when it's a really big bottle, it's 6. It's only 6.
6 would be all right.
Lee,
Anyway.
did you review this one already?
Oh, I did, yeah.
So they had in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, I
apparently.
thought so.
I'm just gonna
Wow.
say that whole your 12 beer drink ticket or whatever you get every month. They not accepting that is a massive overreaction on their part.
Not for this.
Oh yeah, it is. It's not that good. Let's not get crazy.
Ooh,
Wow.
them's
Those
fighting
are
words.
fighting words.
Hey, Lee didn't sign anything saying he can't disparage their product.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's also available in AMBLs in Bathurst and Fredericton and hi, Scott. All right.
Scott's literally choking it down. It's so good. It's so good.
All right.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Greg.
So
Your
Choking
wish
it
has been
down.
answered.
So you've already given your history on it. Basically, you had it at the brewery.
Angel!
Right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Somebody rang.
Dan
Yeah,
is here
fucking
just in
45
time.
minutes ago.
Yeah, well,
Pretty
I'm
much.
You can blame my
Oh,
wife
that's
who's
good.
sick and everything, so that's my excuse.
Greg's fantasy just
No.
came like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like excuses
So
to me.
basically, what they were thinking was, Scott just left your house, so now you're home. Scott's on, now you're on. That's
Oh,
what basically
exactly.
they were saying. But
Scott had to drop your wife off at
Yeah.
work.
Oh, okay, I see. So the wives are making us
Yeah.
do shit, and we're having issues. Okay, got it.
No, just
Got
yours.
it.
at least you have your hat
My
on.
wife is upstairs entertaining herself. She can go to her own store because she drives. Hi, Dan.
I was gonna say you could hear the 2-stroke engine going in the bedroom right now. Wah
Very
wah
good.
wah wah wah.
She brings the chainsaw in over the winter.
Anyway,
All right.
sorry.
So Dan, how are you doing tonight?
Yes. Good, and yourself?
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. What beer did you
Good.
bring?
Well, you see, I was gonna bring something that you've reviewed before. However, I thought, in the spirit of BA101, I thought I'd go out and get a beer that you keep fucking going back to in the way of breweries. So, I
He's
decided
got
to
the
bring
Moosehead,
this
doesn't he?
Oh
year's
God.
Collective Arts Origin of Darkness
Ooh.
collab series. And just for
Oh,
Joe,
I'm sorry you bought that.
it's the Imperial Stout with maple syrup, pistachio, vanilla, and lactose.
Of
Ooh,
course.
Jesus.
It said my name. You didn't say
Oh.
coconut. What the fuck?
And
No
coming-
coconut. I was
and
waiting for
and for
coconut.
Greg, it's
Like
coming in
lactose.
at a very formidable 11.9% alcohol by volume.
Yeah, we get those. Well, we get
I don't know
those.
if I'd call that very formidable. That's like what it should be. Joe's beer is more formidable, to be honest.
fucking right it is. It doesn't have coconut in it, but it should.
All I know is Chris loved those beers, and we know what I think about Chris's beer taste.
We actually get those collective arts origins of darkness. We definitely get them here, and they sit on the shelf.
I've had some that have been really good, and I've had some that have been just like, why would
Really
you
bad.
make this? Yeah.
Like the ingredients list doesn't make sense. Like it's like they don't go together.
Well, this was a collab with Southern Grist, so whatever.
It's got to be good. It's got to be good then, right?
They're out of. They're out of. Yeah.
Fuck is Southern Grist?
They're out of.
Sure, they're not called Southern Grift.
Southern Grift.
Snake oil stout.
Right. All right.
There's grifters in there. They grind up the grifters, and they put it in there.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay.
I know
Clean
it's
up the streets.
not as exciting, but it's my turn to talk about the beer. Thank you.
Oh, hi, Nick. I didn't even know your name.
Yeah, I know, and I still have to follow all that stuff up. Yeah, I know. I not only host this channel, but I participate as well. Yeah, so the beer I brought tonight is not sounding quite as exciting as the rest of the stuff I heard here tonight. Even as we shit all over Dan's Origin of Darkness, I would still try that.
Oh, that's nice
So
of
this
you.
is a collaboration beer from 4 northern New Brunswick breweries. The S'more Noir the Dessert Stout, 8.5% ABV. They made the plain Jane Noir last year as a dessert stout, which is basically just chocolate dessert. This time it's the addition of like marshmallow and graham cracker to make that s'mores. So yeah, like this is the second year they've made Noir, and the first year I tried this, I had I think a can or two of this beforehand and enjoyed it. So we'll get to my thoughts here in a moment, but I'm going to pan out for a second where I'm the center of the Brady Bunch now.
Oh,
And all we got for comments is just Lady Lee saying boobs.
that's a good comment.
Always good. But I'm filling this chat with randomness. It's too quiet. Oh, it's too quiet in the side chat because everybody's in
all
here.
of us are here.
Yeah, everybody who actually posts comments is now a part of the
You
show.
know what?
Exactly.
That is why I'm filling up the chat.
You know, since there's 5 people watching and none of them are commenting, just put it out there. You're all scumbags and you deserve coal for Christmas.
Thank you.
Hey, coal is expensive now.
Everybody needs to stop
Coal's
and make
expensive.
sure.
Good coal is actually a good gift to get because it means you can keep warm during the winter. It wasn't a bad thing for kids until Western commercialization capitalism made getting stuff for Christmas cool. Well, you need toys. You need brand name toys.
That's fine.
How much heat do you think you're getting out of a lump of coal when you're stocking?
Well, that's what I got as kids. Lumps of coal.
If you had
That
27
was literally a
kids,
present.
If you go bad, and that's the
No,
thing, it's not
that
going
was a present. That was an actual present. Like coal was presents because it was helping with the fire.
Never heard that ever. And that just seems stupid.
everybody go hit the like button. Start the algorithm.
Yeah,
It's
That's
like
always
go jerk off the chat and click on like. I'm literally looking right now because like YouTube will show you in real time that if you like the video, which presently nobody has. So say Nick knows when you're being bad or good. So be good for goodness
I
sake.
can't imagine why.
It has 2 likes. What are you talking about?
Refresh.
Yeah, but Greg keeps talking with the third one. Oh yeah, there we go. So now, for some reason it wasn't right. All right, so 4 people are good little boys and getting lumps of coal for
That's
Christmas.
hilarious.
Yeah, there's nothing about good people getting coal that I'm seeing on Google at all.
Oh, this is becoming an investigation.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Oh, it's the
That would be
original
like,
Saint Nicholas.
it'd be like if when I was a kid, we had a
Santa
wood stove. If
Claus.
my dad gave me a piece of wood to fuel the fire for Christmas, what kind of boneheaded, retarded gift is that? I'm sorry, it just makes no sense.
It's because he loved you, Carrie.
I mean, if
There's
there's
no
no
recession when you were that young.
Oh, fuck.
We all know the internet is correct too, so I'm glad that it's confirmation. on that.
Oh, it's just funny.
Well, now that we're all able to hit the thumbs up on the fucking video, congratulations.
A few minutes
I hit
later.
thumbs down.
So,
Me too.
soon Nick is going to have more followers than Joe.
Yeah, but
He'd have to do content other than whatever this is.
yeah, I have to post stuff
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, like anything.
Let's get all together and say, fuck you, Joe. Fuck you, Joe.
Fuck you, Joe.
Fuck you, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be in unison though. Like that.
That's cheers.
Like,
That's really too tame. You should start saying stuff like this to Joe, like
Baboon heart.
Baboon was.
There we go.
We're being.
I like the baboon
Center.
heart comment.
Hey, there's
That's
pussy
my
on the
favorite.
chat. Kitty.
Yep.
Is that the new cat there, Scott?
no, that's Sammy. That's the old cat.
Oh, that's Cat Butthole.
Can't even tell cats
Kitty
apart.
butthole.
You're his friend. It's unbelievable name.
He just got it like 2 weeks ago.
I don't care.
The
You should know
second
the other
one.
cat.
Oh, you can see how sexist Google Chat is because Scott could immediately write penis in there and it'd go right in, but I had to approve of vagina.
Scott's penis goes right in, right?
Wow.
Well, yeah. He's got a very smooth
Yeah.
penis.
Set.
Lubed by Moosehead.
Greg, how many times have you had it in the can?
Cat fight.
Lots
It's
of
like a
cats.
sheathed moose penis.
We got a
Would
joke.
it be because
He's
Scott's also a
got a
moderator
little
in the
that
chat,
moose
Lee?
head there.
It's
Shut
a
up,
thieves
Woodbury.
moose penis.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Right on. All right, so I guess we've been talking long enough here.
Anyway,
Who wants to start going back around? Start with Paul.
Trailer Park Girls
You
go
can
around.
start.
That's,
hi, it's me. I'm Paul. Hi, I'm Paul.
Paul, hi, Paul.
So anyway, Port Brewing Company, Santa's Little Helper, Imperial Stout with hazelnuts and coffee. The nose was just off the hook. I mean, stupid amount of hazelnuts, chocolate, coffee, the whole deal. Body a bit thin, medium side of a medium body overall. Nice oiliness, goes down real nice. Roasty toasty tonality for sure. Earthiness, a little bit of brown bread in there, but there is a definite hit of dark chocolate, baker's chocolate, a little bit of milk chocolate with a nice, robust, but natural flavored hazelnut that wafts right through there. It almost harkens me back to the Reiter Sports chocolate from Germany, but with the dark chocolate more so than the milk chocolate. Blends down really nice. Easy drinking beer for sure. Again, I'm not really sure why an Imperial Stout with just hazelnut and coffee is a Christmas themed beer, but I guess hazelnuts are more maybe Christmassy. I'm not sure. But overall, 9.9 alcohol by volume. You can't taste the alcohol. It's not astringent at all. It's not hot, Joe. And it goes down pretty good. Overall, it's a nice little beer. No problem. No problem with it. Go for it. There you go. Boom, boom. I'd give it a 9 and a 9.
9.
9.
9.
It's a 9. Bergen jetzt.
All right. Thank you, Paul. Let's go over to Carrie. The Beard Man.
Yeah, this is It's honestly been a little while since I've had a West Coast IPA, and this is, pretty good. Kind of just gotta force myself to put out of my mind the entire collaboration that this beer has going on with it, because that guy is such a dink. But there's zero hint of it being 9%. It's just bitter, piney tastiness. I'd kind of
That it? Bitter,
Just gonna-
piney tastiness.
bitter, piney tastiness. I don't have the
All right.
descriptive skills that other people have. I know I like it. If you like a West Coast IPA, I feel like you'd also like it. I'm going to echo Paul and give it 9s across the board. This is damn tasty.
Boom, boom.
Bam, bam,
Boom,
bam.
boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Let me say way-oh, ayo.
Whoa.
All right.
That's
Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room.
All right.
Do it all night just to make it all right.
Jesus
Remember
Christ.
that one?
All right.
Yeah.
Joe. Okay, you get to follow that up.
Ah,
Do you regret being here yet?
Oh, every single time I come.
Wow.
Can't blame 'em.
Every single time you come. Huh?
Every single time I come.
Orgasm's
I
must
came
be
before I
awful
got
for
here.
you.
It's horrible.
Jesus.
Oh.
No, yeah, no.
She's aren't
This
for doing
is,
a lot of
for cleaning
blood.
up and for wiping his tears.
this
Joe, is
This,
there any
uh,
chance you can leave and get your dad on here? He's more interesting.
no, he doesn't like you.
Oh,
So
Damn.
That's not true. He loves me. I'm like,
he's
I'm
like,
like,
he's
all
like,
over
he's
that.
like, hey, let's go up to Canada. And I'm like, oh, we're gonna hang out with Greg. He's like, no, I'm good. like, oh, what?
But then you say he's going to hang out with Agnes too.
He likes Agnes, but not so much you. He calls you the loudest person he knows. So is that?
I don't think I'm louder than you, though.
Your normal voice is
you
100%
scream.
louder
You're
than
totally
everybody. Listen, we can rehash the what was the name of the fucking motel that we stayed at right next to Chad's?
Oh,
where you got
Rex.
kicked out in a matter of 30 seconds.
The Rex.
By just talking. That right there was evidence in our argument against you.
It's because you guys were trying to throw a party, and I just happened to show up.
Because your voice echoed the amount of about 30 people. That's how loud you were talking. You're like right next to us. Hey, we're gonna go to Chad's today. The fucking owner came out and was like waving us off, like not allowed to have a party. We're like, we got one extra dude here. He's just really loud. Let us go.
No,
the drunkard.
They clearly knew you were throwing a party. You and Paul looked like suspicious characters. Or was that you? Or was that you and Matt? I can't remember.
It was more him and Matt. Yeah, which is fair. Yeah. So try to rein it back in. Probably impossible.
That was classic.
It was pretty good. That he almost got kicked out by fucking having the voice of 18 people. Anyway, this beer is about this. It's pretty much similar to what I expected. If you like that, like Mexican, if you like mole, like right, if you like coffee, chocolate, cinnamon, vanilla, peppers, whether it's in a chocolate bar, imperial stout, this is really good. Depending upon if you like festive spices or not, you might not like this one. This isn't that heavy on them, just like nuanced. So it's really good. It's 13%. Doesn't taste like it. It is a bit thin, Paul. Always a bit thin. Just a bit thin.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a lot thin. But it's like, for 13%, it drinks like it's about 9 or 10, both from a body perspective, but also an alcohol perspective. So it hides it quite well. But
no, it drinks like it's 4.
Yeah, definitely.
Bad body. Fuck you.
Yeah. Paul would give it like a -12 because the body. But I mean, for the price point and everything, and the fact that this is shelfy now here where I live, like, yeah, it's pretty good. I've always enjoyed it. I like the base better, but this is more, hey, holiday time, festive spices, sure. Count me in once a year. I'll try it. So I usually give it like a 9 out of 10. I'd probably go like 8.5 this year. It's all right. Body's a little bit thinner than I typically enjoy, but it's still a good beer. So
that's 8.5 overall enjoyment, personal enjoyment.
Yeah, and I would stylistically probably a 9. Like if you're talking about like a Mexican style imperial stout with some festive spices, pretty good overall. Like can't really complain from that perspective. At least I'm not.
Nice. All right. Thank you, Joe. Let's go over to Greg, which we probably already know the answer to, but we might as well listen to him describe Double Tempest again for the 13th time.
May as well just get it out of the way. So
I'd totally get one of those cans of beer out of the way. Just drink it right down.
I'm sure you'd like to get one of these cans.
Yeah, I
Nick.
would.
But this is actually probably one of the better years. Like, it's probably the best it's been in several years because doesn't have any kind of. Oftentimes the beer is a little boozy, has a little bit of, let's say, kind of harsh wood flavors. I don't get that with this one. Now it is a little thin, but Double Tempest really has been thin since 2014, since we had that magical bottle at Chad's place. It's never quite recaptured that, but I like this quite a bit. I'm gonna say style 9, just because I could do with a little bit more thickness, but again, most barrel-aged stouts don't really have a good body on them. And I'm going to go overall enjoyment a 9.5. I'm quite enjoying this. But will it chalet?
Oh, fuck.
Here we go.
Oh, fuck.
So what we got to do...
He's
we have
condo money right there.
We have Joe and
no, I love chalet, just not so much for ruining fucking delicious 9.5 beers.
So we got,
there you go. Drink the gravy.
So,
oh my God, that
mix
is
it
like
up.
50-50.
That's nice.
Gross.
I think you need to really put some eggnog in
What
there.
the fuck?
Just to be an asshole. Just throw some eggnog in there.
That looks like it actually mixed up pretty nice, actually.
I have eggnog. I have to run upstairs and get it, but I can totally mix it in.
Should have mixed in eggnog for the first thing instead of chalet
Has anybody thrown up here on the show ever?
Yeah.
I feel like
I think we're gonna have a first tonight.
Look at that lacing, baby.
The lacing on it is absolutely
it looks like a heavily fruited sour with all the fruit packed on the side. That chalet sauce.
You're right. It's kind of a brown ale now. So all right, let's get as Nick would say, down the hatch.
There you go.
There you go.
This is why my dad hates you, right here. This is the type of stuff.
Funny enough, you don't even taste that there's a stout in here anymore. This is just chalet sauce.
No shit.
It's just chalet sauce. Really, I may as well have just done this to begin with.
I'll drink some chalet.
Oh, that's
sauce.
great.
I know Joel drinks chalet sauce.
I'll drink the chalet sauce itself. I don't know about mixing it with a fucking crazy imperial stout. I don't know what
Actually, I do take that back. The chalet sauce actually was better on its own. But hey,
then next thing you'll know is there's going to be a prairie chalet mom.
Now we got a chaser. Joe
all my prairie Christmas mom is gone, unfortunately. I could have made my own chalet though. I got the packet.
All it reminds me of
powder packet.
It reminds me of buy it at Benny's. And just putting the imperial stout.
Is that the COVID?
Don't drink beer.
The COVID.
That was tasty.
What is chalet sauce?
All right.
What? Someone asked what chalet.
Shut up, Greg.
Somebody asked.
I didn't say anything, Paul. How can I shut up?
Exactly.
It's all right.
There we go.
I guess. Anyway, all right. Thank you, Greg. Let's let Lee follow up that and
I wonder if
ask
chalet is something.
how's that Irish stout drinking? First of all,
pretty damn good.
It's a mead.
No,
he's got two. She's got two.
Colby?
Oh my God.
Colby? No, give me no Coovey.
Colby's?
Gonna make a Coovey?
But I mean, it's pretty much like a perfect representation of an Irish stout.
Pardon me.
You got your chocolate notes, you got your roasted coffee notes, you got a little bit of baker's chocolate, a little bit of sweet milk chocolate kind of thing going on. It's roasty enough that it's noticeable in the finish. It's nice and lingering. Nothing special about it. All things said and done, it kind of sits at like double 8s for me. Basically, it's like 8 for style, 8 for personal preference, because it's like, yeah, it probably could be better, but it's like spot on, like textbook Irish stout. So that's where that kind of sits. As far as the hard honey mead, the cranberry session mead, when I first opened it in the bottle, it first had a little teeny bit of like almost a sour note to it, like, oh shit, did this go bad? But then it like settled really quick, and it was just like a kind of a funky cranberry kind of smell in the actual bottle. Smelling it here, it smells like and it basically looks too like a sparkling wine, like a rosé or something like that, very, very close to that in appearance. And a little bit in taste, but like when you get into it and actually drink it, definitely you can tell the two components, the honey and the cranberries, are very prominent. And like they say, no artificial anything. So like this is like legit mead, honey, water, cranberries, and yeast. That's all they use for it.
Nice.
And it's
if anyone hasn't made mead at the house, I definitely say do it. It's very fun. Do it. It's great.
Do it.
Do it.
But yeah, it's got a good it plays out like the honey is nice and sweet, and it balances off that tartness of the cranberries, and then it all tastes very natural. It doesn't taste like ocean spray or some bullshit like that. Very, very good. Very drinkable. Sort of like upper light bodied, and I think I've only had maybe one or two other meads before in my life, so like I guess style wise I'd set it somewhere around a 8 again, I think, and personal preference I'd actually say like a 9.5. I think it's very enjoyable. It's good.
All right. And what was the ratings you gave to the Irish Stout again?
Double eights.
Yeah,
8 and 8.
Eights.
Awesome sauce.
You can do 2?
8 and 8.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. I don't care.
Wow.
I don't care.
Give a
Like,
fuck.
He's not bound. He's not bound by
Well,
rules.
Jeez.
Technically,
I know.
Do what he wants.
I'm doing this right now.
speaking, he cracked open that St. Bernardus Christmas Ale anyway, but
Well,
I mean, technically
he was going
speaking,
to.
mead's
Yeah.
not a beer, but I kind of wanted to hear this, so I'm curious about this mead too.
I knew I wasn't gonna win the vote
No,
anyway.
me
So
too,
I
great.
figured at least if I had 2, I could maybe split the vote and fuck someone else over.
There you go.
Nobody
Oh,
really
it's great.
wins the vote.
Strategy.
Nobody wins.
No,
We all
me,
lose.
every time.
All right.
No.
Thanks,
And
Lee.
Lee automatically had my vote.
Yeah, yeah, my
So there you go.
Started.
What a genetic freak.
All right. So thanks, Lee. Let's go over to the other Lee.
Oh, hey. Okay, so mine is this one, and it is actually I find it quite tasty. It's I was worried because all of you know my feeling with stouts and stuff, so I was kind of worried that this was gonna like taste more like a stout. It does have a bit of that like. It's in the background, like it's a very light note in the background, but it doesn't have like that harsh aftertaste that I like absolutely fucking despise. So it tastes kind of like I would say it has like that roasted chestnut taste. Like it has that little bit of a like campfire taste, and also it has this like a note of like dark chocolate. So it's very very light in the background. It's not sweet at all. It just has, like, I wouldn't say it's crazy powerful with taste, but it has, like you can recognize the flavors. Like, you can taste it. It's nothing that's, like, overabundant of, like, oh, this tastes really artificial and fake or anything like that. It just, there's hints of it that are distinctive. Like, you can definitely tell the difference between the flavors.
Are you saying you can taste the flavors?
Yes.
But not the rainbow.
No.
Or maybe the rainbow.
But it says, like,
Mm-hmm.
on the can it says
Retaste the rainbow.
that it's made with 50 pounds of local hand, shelled, and roasted chestnuts.
Ooh.
But anyways, it says that it has dark toffee, raisin bread, and cocoa bean taste to it. Yeah. And earthy nuttiness from the roasted chestnuts. I don't so much get like the raisin bread. Like I don't really taste that, but I do taste like that cocoa taste, like that dark chocolatey taste. Yeah. So it's good. It's good. It's not at all sweet, which kind of surprises me as to why I enjoy it, but I enjoy it. I think it's really good. I don't really know what to compare it to. I don't think I've ever had a brown ale before. But if it's like this, I'm quite enjoying this. So, I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna go 9s across the board. I think it's a solid beer. It's just good. It tastes really good. It tastes warm and delightful. Like I should be around a fire right now and enjoying marshmallows and.
I'm glad you liked it. That's good.
Yeah, that's. Now,
Well,
do you think
when
they
you
actually?
said it, I was like, "Ooh, wow, that's awesome!" So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Now, despite what they said, do you actually think they roasted those chestnuts on an open fire?
It does have that like fiery, like that smoky taste to it.
Like the
So I don't know
campfire?
if Yeah, like it tastes. You do get that little bit of a hint of like that campfirey taste. Like it like I said, I feel like I should be sitting by the fireplace or sitting by a campfire. Like it just has this, like, you drink it and you're in this place. Like you want to be in that place. Like it just takes you there.
Nice.
Be in this place?
I really wish I had a
Oh,
6-pack
jeez.
of that the last 3 days when I sat by a campfire.
Be in disgrace.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, it's tasty.
All
That's
right.
why you try beers. Well,
Okay, thank you, Lady Lee. Let's move over to Moosehead here. And, hi, Scott.
Scott.
Hi. Yes. So this product from Moosehead. Yes, 9.5 ABV. Like I said, 25 IBUs. Candied fruits and spices. So this is tastes like a fruitcake beer. Really, it doesn't have a lot of alcohol forward tasting. You can really smell it in the drink. I find it's a little thin coming from the bottle. I tried it in the tap room, and it was boozier. So it's less boozy in here, but I mean it's still quite tasty. But when you think of a strong beer, a 9.5 beer, you think it's going to be a boozy taste. Some of the better beers can mask it with all the aromas and tastes that you have, but this one does an okay job. It says it's a quad, but it's not a quad. It's not. Yeah, Mr. Lee's saying it's not a quad. It isn't. It really isn't. It doesn't. So it's going to lose marks on style.
No, it's
for
not.
sure. Right. It's a very tasty beer. You can really only have one or two, and at a 12 plus price point here in New Brunswick, I don't think the 12 plus price point is I can't say it without disparaging the beer. No.
Is that a 650, Scott? The size, is that a 650 or 500?
Oh, it is.
It better be 750.
Maybe it better be like 12,000, baby.
It's a 650.
Okay.
Bomber.
Oh.
Bomber
True.
one, a bomber two.
Oh, it's 22 ounces here. It's 22 ounces.
Yeah, 22 ounces. Anyway, so I don't think it's priced right at $12 plus. I think it could be a little bit less, but of course, Moosehead has to make their money back on it. So a little bit, like I said, a little bit thin from the bottle, a little bit better from the tap room. Spicy at the front, goes down pretty smooth. Spicy at the back. Yeah, spicy at the front and spicy at the back.
Spicy at the back.
Wow. It tastes like fruit. It tastes like fruitcake. So for style, like I said, it's going to lose a couple points because it's not a quad. So I'm going to give it a 7 for style. For personal enjoyment, I'm going to give it an 8.5. It is quite delicious. I would have another one if it was given to me by the friendly people at Moosehead. But yeah, it's a treat, and I don't know. It doesn't. It's a treat, not really a beer. So
It's worth trying once.
that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, absolutely. We're trying. Like I said, I'd have another one, but it's good. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the purchase. I'm happy that I tried it. I'm happy I have a bottle of it. It's just not a quad, even though it says it's a Belgian quad.
It sounds a bit thin. You kind of wanted more like dark fruits and stuff from coming from a quad.
Yeah. You want a thicker tasting beer for the Belgian quad, right? And a lot more fruit flavor, a lot more fruitcake flavor.
You want one like what Paul's got? Drink it right here.
Yeah. Well,
Like the second beer.
I'm half torn. When you get around to what would you rather drink? I'm half torn between Paul's second beer and Dan. I'm interested to what Dan has.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's put them up. Dan, talk about your beer.
Shit.
All right.
Not shit.
My beer's not shit. Jesus Christ! Don't jump the gun there.
Yeah.
Don't jump the gun. It's okay.
I just knocked my
I know
beer
that.
over.
I know it's a stout and everything. You think stouts are shit, but let me try and sell you on this. Anyways,
Don't worry. Everything you say is shit, Dan.
Oh, that's shit talking.
Paul is a
Wow.
wonderful person. Well, that's shit. That's absolute shit.
That
That
full
is shit.
Full of shit.
Those
That's
are words
my
I've ever
mother.
heard out of anyone's mouth ever. So
There we go. See, I guess he's right then. Shit.
Shit.
Anyways, let's talk about this beer. First and foremost, wow. I really have to say that it is not a bit thin. It is actually full-bodied. I do like it. The lacing that
You're
comes
full-bodied.
off of. Fuck you.
I mean, he's not
Unlike the
wrong.
beers
Give me
I've been
one.
having during my 25 drunken days of December, this is not thin. But yes, it actually has a lot of body towards it. Secondly, the smell that comes off of it is a really sickly sweet. Shut the fuck up, Paul.
I'm not
Paul's sickly sweet.
He didn't have to say anything. It was just a rolling of the eyes and head. Anyways. So this is actually it's a dessert beer. Full on dessert beer. There is a lot of sweetness to it. The vanilla does come through. The pistachios, holy shit, they are prominent. It actually kicks the maple syrup that they have in there, like out of there a little bit. So I don't really get a lot of the maple syrup off the taste, but the smell you kind of do. And the vanilla's in there, and because of the lactose, you have that sweetness, but you also have the extra vanilla because it's pretty much a milk lactose kind of flavor that you have. But it's not like you guys heard my new level rants about the lactose, or my raves about the lactose.
I have not. Tell me in.
So new level we have up here.
I don't know. I don't actually.
Go ahead, Paul.
Dan, I don't know. I'd like to tell you, we're like kind of like 99.9.9.9.9.7% of the population. We don't actually watch your videos, so just clue us in a little bit.
Thank you ever so fucking much, you son of a bitch.
That's Joe. Joe is channeling me to talk to you, so it's Joe's fault.
Oh, okay.
Over here not doing
Oh, that makes sense. Joe's here because it's a ventriloquism act.
I think I'm going to need the American fuckers to calm down a bit here.
Oh, I just want to hear the rants about the lactose from next level. That's all I want to hear.
Paul, that's a
level or whatever their name.
Hold on there.
Paul is making a great Joe voice right there, doing the ventriloquism act. And
yeah, that was impressive, actually.
Yeah.
So new level we have up here, they call themselves the Lactose Kings.
I was just kidding.
They throw enough lactose into their beers that it kind of makes it sickly sweet.
You don't say.
Instigates bowel movements.
It does. I've sent actually Nick some, and the guy sat there, had 3 drinks, and had to shit for a week.
What, the beer or the bowel movements? What did you say?
Well, I kind of something the bowel movements through the beer. So
Little column A, little column B. You know.
Which brewery is this again?
Your bowel movements?
New level.
Oh, new level.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
saying
I remember
new
shit for a
levels
week,
should
but I know
start
I
their
had shit.
OnlyFans in the bathroom.
I mean, Paul would appreciate
OnlyFans.
new level because it is a lot of metal. They listen to a lot of metal, thrash, death, whatever else.
They're on a new level.
They
for
actually
metal.
say that you have to
Posers.
carve Slayer into your head before leaving the washroom. So
Slayer's a sellout bullshit band.
oh yeah, but the other ones that are in there, just shut the fuck up for a second, Paul.
Yeah. Don't
Just
say my
let him
name.
get a slip knot right out here.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
No!
We're not doing that. It's Christmas season. I actually like to
That
have
Michael
some-
Scott thing. No.
I like to also point out that Megadeth is in the house
Yeah.
as unibrow
Megadan.
and better than Greg's fucking glass. So, but this
I have a
actually.
glass for your drink tonight, by the way. It's a collector's arts glass.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And you
I
always
trade
seem to be trying to measure yourself up to me. I mean, thank you.
Well, I mean, you're measuring yourself up to Nick, the shirt.
Nobody can measure up to Nick.
That big Nick energy.
Anyways,
exactly.
as I have deflected from everybody here, let's get back to the beer, shall we?
What a fucking race to the bottom.
Oh, fuck, I forgot
Yeah.
Lee's in here too.
Come on.
But this beer actually is really solid. The flavors that come out is fucking amazing. I do like it. As it warms up, I am getting more of the maple versus the pistachio, but it is very well balanced. So for a style, it is a 9.5 for me. For enjoyability, I've just about down the whole 500 milliliter bottle while you guys are talking, and I want to buy more. So it's going to be a 9.5 as well.
Nice.
You want to keep your legs. You don't need to do
Are
that.
you out of it already, or are you still drinking it?
I'm
Dan
still
doesn't
drinking
need
it,
both his
but
legs.
this is the last little bit that's out of the bottle.
Yeah, it's some pretty good
I
mobility
thought you said
options
you
these
whooped
days for people with no
Down the whole
legs. You know?
bottle.
What's that?
Do I want my legs, or do I
There's
another
nothing in the bottle,
500
Paul.
milliliter bottle of this?
Nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a few
Nothing. All right.
The bottle.
Thank you, Dan. I'm
How
glad you
big
didn't
was that
break your
bottle?
glass doing that. All right, my
500
turn. My turn, and I've been struggling watching everybody drink all those beers. I've got mine's just a small can. I should have bought more than one, but it's just like I got that little bit left, and I've been watching everybody.
Yes, you should have.
Almost completely sober, and I'm getting kind of annoyed. No, yeah, okay. My beer. Got my classic tasting notes written down. So, we've got a kind of a roasty gourmet coffee going on. A little bit of espresso roast in the finish. Vanilla, touch marshmallow, sweet. It's not what I'd call cloying, but it is fairly sweet. You get milk chocolate with a dusty cocoa note in the finish. There's a hint of graham cracker there. I mean, it does call itself a s'mores stout, but I feel like there's not quite enough graham cracker in it to make me complete the trifecta for me. Maybe a little bit more graham cracker would be nice, but you know what? Still a friggin' tasty beer. It's got a nice solid body, not too thin, not too overly carbonated.
Complicated?
Yeah, exactly. I would give this an 8 for style. When you're going by dessert stouts, I've had better, but this is still quite excellent. And 8.5 for overall enjoyment. I am enjoying the shit out of this. So there, that was fast, wasn't it? We got a shit ton of comments. Who wants to read?
How about Joe? He's the guest of honor.
Joe is reading tonight.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. All right, so who wants to read comments?
I'll read them, I guess.
All right, there we go.
Jesus, where are we? So we had some feelers thrown out, penis, vagina, stuff like that. Okay.
Feel your
Well,
penis.
That's nice.
We got Miss Hardy here saying...
Feelers.
Yeah. We got Miss Hardy here saying, a stocking full of coal wasn't always... Shut up. She's quoting, a stocking full of coal wasn't always a bad thing back when energy sources weren't as plentiful. Coal is viewed as a positive gift, and people took it for granted, and coal became demonetized, I should say.
Demonetized.
It's the same word in YouTube language.
But I mean, obviously this is coming from someone who did their research on the internet, and so I'm taking that with a grain of salt.
Lady Lee's hyperfocus kicked in. Started looking at coal references.
And I replied, sounds like Kentucky coal lobby propaganda, which is exactly what it sounds like. Redbeard Pipe says, I repeat my wood comment. If it ever happened, it was really dumb, LOL.
What?
Then Lee's like, if we roll back the times, we would find that Europe, the poor wished for coal in their stockings to warm their homes. And then, as Americans, we are accustomed to what we want, we get. How many of the gifts that we have purchased or hope to receive require energy? Whatever.
What do you mean Americans? What's that about?
I'm leaving the chat. I'm not going to take this.
Literally took it from an article.
I'm leaving.
Plagiarizing.
Yeah, where was that?
You only get 80s. That's why you only get 80s. Try it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
Themselves get 90s.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
I'm joking. Don't yell at me anymore.
I want to yell at you.
It was a joke. Don't yell at me. No, you can yell at me, but she yelled at me once. So don't yell at me anymore.
Oh, I will yell at you.
Yeah, she yells a lot.
Thank you.
So he's not saying don't
Her
yell.
voice is louder than mine when she's upset.
All right. Redbeard said, roll back time, getting some sweet black lung for Christmas.
Roll back time.
And then we have Alblino Reno in here.
Oh.
Saying, does anyone have a Saison? I hope it's not high ABV. Then he goes on to say, my ex-wife tried, My ex-wife tried to take all my sealing knives because Greg said her van was messy.
It's true.
It's
That's
true.
a true story.
That van was
Stealing knives
disgusting.
bring back very bad memories.
Yeah, memories of $1,200 of beer getting knocked over him.
Yeah, Nick yelling.
I don't fucking care about that beer. Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, the scary part, like Chad grabbing a knife and saying, "I don't care." Like, that's Frosty. Holy fuck!
My wife
wasn't there
me,
for
I
that.
still invite you guys
let her
over.
read the
Fuck you.
comments. Everyone's
she's
talking
loud.
over him.
See, she's loud.
So here's a development. The Alblino Reno bought a house in Quispamsis. But the
Cool.
only way to get to Nick's house is by bus, so I will never visit him.
Joke's on him. There are no buses here.
Ah.
Even
So I'm
worse.
not going to visit you.
Anyway, I said
Otherwise,
it's
Scott probably
tragic.
visit more often.
Lee says, can't wait for part 2. I asked what, because I didn't know what the fuck she's talking
I
about
don't even
there.
know what part 1 is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a joke with like videos, because you know with like TikTok videos, they're like part 1, part 2, part 3, and there was a joke for that.
Most of us are too old to watch TikTok.
That's so very Gen Z of you.
Sorry about it.
Fucking millennials.
Anyway, Alblino Reno says last week at Moosehead they put candy cane dust on your glass, but this week when you ask for a fruitcake pint, they will dust the glass in asbestos and it will be served by a handsy grandma.
That's about right. That's about fucking right.
I like it. I like it.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
I like how Scott fulfilling his work obligations and just keeping the straightest face and not laughing because he can't.
No selling.
That's a big no sell, Scott.
Keep
I like
paying
it.
me. Keep
Congratulations.
paying me.
Greg's
Keep
like,
paying me.
Alblino Reno visits Scott. Alblino Reno says, like the good old days, and then who? And then beers for days. Pipes in and says, why? Alblino Reno says, hi, Scott. Lee says, where? Alblino Reno says, hi, Le. And Le goes on to say, hi, Jamie. And then beers for days says, what's next week's
So the
beer?
question's been asked.
It has been asked. Alblino Reno goes on to say, Dan is wearing a black t-shirt and a gray sweater, but we can all still see his rock-hard nips popping out. Get some of that tape, fella.
Didn't that Janet Jackson tape get ripped off by Justin Tilroy?
Yeah.
Well, that was a wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah,
Yes.
ripped off.
Yeah, a planned wardrobe malfunction. Marcin Hupsiski says, holy hell, folks, we have a Canadian beer fest in progress.
We do.
Not all Canadians.
Yeah.
North
Yeah,
American
but
Beer Fest.
Joe's basically
But this would be at
I
the
see
beer
Joe's
fest.
reaction. Don't fucking call me Canadian.
I'm kind of like half and half.
Joe's borderline and Paul is.
I can like jump from my house to over the border, so I'm kind of close. Like Paul's the
You know what? I'll accept both Joe from jumping the border and Paul because he's wearing a lumberjack sweater as Canadian.
I'm pretty sure that Joe's
And
blood
I
type.
have killed people up there.
Oh, I left
really
the
a
Jaguar in
Sasquatch,
another
but
country.
you
We
know
don't
what
need
it
that
is.
again.
Joe's blood type is chalet sauce. So
My blood type is fuck you, Nick.
And Paul, your statute of limitations
Joe is
hasn't,
delicious.
happened yet, so you can't.
Joe's blood is delicious with double tempest.
Okay. So,
Reading
Alblino
the comments.
I mean, if you get white meat, you got to dip it in Joe.
Reading the comments.
Please, I'm trying to read the comments. Alblino Reno says, what's next week's facts? What's next week's beer snacks?
Shut up.
Facts for snacks.
And then Lee goes on to say Lay's chips. I say no. Alblino Reno says, you're a bag of chips. And Lee goes on to say that the Lay's comment was just for me, and that sometimes she's a bag of chips. I said that she's all that and a bag of good chips. Alblino Reno says Lay's are pretty trash, but Lay's barbecue are edible. Lee goes on to say she's Miss Vicky's. I said that sounds right, Lee. The spicy all dressed. And then Lee goes on to say barbecue chips are poopy. True. And Greg comes in and says, I buy the cheapest bag of chips because I accept I'm eating junk food.
Yep.
And then Redbeard says something
He's not wrong.
totally false. Lay's original are fine. Yeah.
I find it thin.
You know what? I'd say the barbecue chips, as being an ex-stoner, are really good when you're playing video games and you're just reaching for something that has substance.
All right, so
hang on. Hey, roll it back. There's all dressed Miss Vicky's.
Oh yeah,
Yes, there is.
Spicy,
They're
all dressed.
spicy all
All
dressed.
dressed.
oh yeah, there's
What
spicy dill
the
pepper
fuck?
too.
Why have I never had
Yeah.
these? Where?
And
did you
now
get them
there's
You haven't
anywhere?
been to Canada in like 3 years, Joe.
Something else with
Because you're
Vicky's.
fucking
Things
hard,
fucking
Joe.
change.
I think Costco has the mixed pack, and I think they have the all dressed Miss
Yeah,
Vicky's.
the Costco has a mixed pack if you look
That is
for
the
it.
best thing I've heard this evening. It is the best part of being here
dill
that I've
pepper.
learned
Well,
of this.
actually, no.
Like-
Let's put it this
Can
way:
I-
the
Joe,
Canadian
Hey.
Costco's, because all dress doesn't exist down the states.
It does. It does. Just
Okay,
know
can
your
I-
role,
Not,
okay?
can I
not
say
the Canadian
something,
version. Let's be
Joe?
honest.
The mix is
It-
different
it
because there's no
actually is a-
ketchup chips.
Can I say something to Joe?
But have
Joe.
you tried ketchup chips,
Joe.
Joe?
Hey, Joe.
You know what?
Hey, Joe.
I'm
Joe.
hearing a voice. What happened?
Joe, Fatty McFatty, Fattison.
Mhm.
Okay, your heart is important to me, not to you. I love
Yeah.
you. Don't die. Stop eating those
Listen,
chips.
your
my
heart.
fucking arteries are pristine. It's the valve that's fucked, okay? Because I'll eat all the
Shit.
fucking Miss Vicky's all dressed spicy chips I want. And I want them now.
Look, I had your heart in my bed for 3 months. I took those readings. You need to watch yourself.
The baboon he got his heart from was a super healthy baboon. It was a marathon runner baboon.
Yes, I have
So-
a fucking perfect health. There,
All right,
and
okay,
just
okay.
give me
Joe's
Miss Vicky's.
second
So-
father here.
Miss Vicky's.
Let's get back to the beer topic.
Happening.
Joe, Paul,
We're talking about beer. What?
Paul of
My
all.
turn, my turn, my turn, my turn.
All right, so of all the beers you
I-
heard here tonight, beers instead of chips,
Oh,
not chalet sauce either. What?
no, I like the chalet sauce, but I got 2 ones for you real quick. Okay,
Okay.
real quick.
All right,
So, by the way, the St. Bernardus Christmas Ale
it's fucking
is
delicious.
amazing. Brown
is fucking
bread,
good.
clove, absolutely, it is fucking fantastic.
I miss
The
that
body is high side of a medium body with a beautiful oiliness. The you have clove, you have a little bit of nutmeg in there. You have all those flavors that you want from a real quad. Huge dark fruits, huge brown bread, huge little bit of nuances of that earthiness, almost a metallic
Huge
tonality
little bit.
that kind of wafts in there.
Huge.
Now, I'm saying this, I didn't realize is as good as it is. It's actually better than the 12. I liked it a lot. And I'm going to give this one a whole 9.5 and 9.5 on the style. This is freaking tastic. And I want to pick Nick.
What? What? Really?
What?
What?
Sorry, your what was hilarious.
Cool. All right.
I can't pick Greg because Greg isn't Christmas. I can't pick Joe because Joe's Prairie Bomb is overpriced and bullshit. It's always too thin. It's not cohesive, Joe. I'm going to use your words against you.
That's pretty
Whoa.
cohesive.
That cinnamon pepper bullshit never ever complements the beer. It's not smooth. It's always too bullshit. Fuck you. I love you, but your beer.
A long time.
I'm gonna
So
use that.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
gonna
do
use that.
that.
For it. It's
I
always
wanted to pick-
bullshit.
I
Like-
wanted
That'd be perfect for the videos.
bullshit. I was gonna actually pick Lee's mead for a little bit. I like the idea of the mead, but Nick, you sold me. You sold
There
me,
you go.
Nick.
All
You
right.
sold me.
Awesome. All right. Thanks.
And of course, we couldn't pick Scott because I've seen Lee's review, and we know
And hi. I
he
mean,
is always
I
right.
can't pick me because I'm a woman.
Dan, fuck you,
true.
Dan. Dan, fuck you.
Oh, Paul's
Thank
drunk.
fuck you,
Paul's drunk.
exactly where I wanted to be. with you, Paul.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
No,
Alrighty.
you two, you know. No, I couldn't pick Dan the second he said this beer is not thin. Go fuck yourself.
Everything's thin.
Well-
the end.
Except Dan.
Damn,
Except for me and Dan.
All
All right, so
it's all bullshit.
hey, thanks, Paul. Let's go to the Carrie. Carrie,
Love you
Mr.
all.
Red-
Love you all.
Mr. Redbeard. Of all the beers here, what would you rather have had?
Probably Greg, to be honest.
Okay.
Ooh.
Double Tempest.
Yeah.
The only time I have ever actually had it has been due to him, and it's never been anything short than one of the most amazing bourbon barrel aged stouts I've ever had.
And it's even better when you drink three.
I don't mind like the Christmas spice beers and stuff, but I just And again, like the collective arts things, I've had some of them, and they've been so hit or miss for me that I'm just
That's fair.
Double Tempest, the variant of
let's go with
probably had at least 5 different years at this point, and they've never missed
more
a beat.
than that.
So
I had it in 14.
Yeah, did you like it?
2012, bitches.
No, it was pretty good. Not a Christmas beer though, but whatever.
Have you had the chalet variant?
Winter Warmers is the overall theme.
Winter beers.
So,
I mean, that's
no, it's Christmas beers. Winter Warmers was last week.
It's part 2.
All right, so Gary votes Double Tempest. Let's keep moving down the road here, down to Mr. Joe, who's
Miss Vicky's spicy all dressed chips. Done.
There we go.
That's not a beer.
I'll pull a Greg and throw it in my fucking beer, like a couple chips crushed up.
There we go. I guess that's a vote for Lady Lee, technically.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we'll vote for.
All right, Joe's vote is for Lady Lee.
If I actually
default.
Look at Joe showing up after so much time and putting in so much effort.
Well, I was gonna go with Scott's Moosehead fruitcake quad. That's not a quad because I like fruitcake and I'd like to try something from Moosehead that isn't their fucking lager. But I would try it. But
he's an angry kind of.
Okay,
make that your vote.
All right, so Joe's vote's actually for Scott.
Incorrect. Miss Vicky's spicy all dressed chips is the vote.
Did the Baboon Heart also?
All right, so what's the next
tendency to be just extra violent and mean?
So what's the next best thing, though?
You're throwing your shit at the camera.
What's the actual beer?
That crushed up in a beer, like just maybe like. Just
he mentioned Scott. He mentioned Scott.
Crushed up into Scott's beer.
Go Scott.
All right,
ridiculous.
All right, Joe.
I'll go with Scott.
I'll take the vote. He voted for me first.
I will stick with Lady Lee out of default of the Miss Vicky's.
Okay, Joe plus Miss Vicky's. All right.
Lady Lee, spicy Miss Vicky's.
All right, thank you, Joe.
My mom's name is Vicky, and I'm a Miss.
There you go.
Miss
It's over.
Vicky.
Yeah.
Is your mom spicy?
Yes.
She can be.
There we go.
Hi,
When you crush her
Mr.
up.
Santa Greg.
When you crush her up, that sounds.
Joe said that way too knowingly. That was weird.
Is it my turn?
She can be.
I'd imagine she can be. It's like any person.
Before I pick, I also want to review this beer that Paul liked. It's all right, but will it chalet?
There's
Gross.
never seen somebody
You
weird.
know what? Here's the thing: we will never find out if it'll chalet because we're.
Oh, nasty!
Oh,
What
look
the
at
hell? What?
Oh, that's okay. That's all right.
That looks like some kind of creme brulee dessert type thing now.
Brulee going
my
on
God.
here.
Oh, that honestly looks delicious.
It looks like
butterscotch
nog
almost.
brulee.
Oh, yeah, it does.
No.
It tastes like chalet.
Tastes like
sauce.
chalet.
It doesn't change the flavor of the
Oh,
I'll tell you what,
nog
though,
brulee.
this
That's great.
thing,
That's
I will tell you
great.
what,
Yeah.
You
this
just did
thing
it for me.
me.
Thank you, Greg. Oh yeah.
I
So-
actually think that I actually like this as a quad better than the 12. That's how good this is. This is
No,
really
actually-
fucking good.
Actually, as much as I'm joking around, Paul's not wrong. This is actually an excellent beer. That's why I wasted very little of it. I'm going to enjoy the rest. Out of the bottle like a man.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
really
anyway.
fucking good.
Oh, shit!
Oh!
Suck it hard, Greg. Suck it hard.
Out of the bottle like a
His
man.
his
instantly
bottle's
just slams it down.
ejaculating.
Hold on.
It's not the first time he's had to put someone's mouth on it to
You
stop
definitely need a
ejaculating.
proper glassware.
That was great.
I look forward to all the Jamie gifts with that replaced with a dick tomorrow morning. Anyways, so my choice. There's a few interesting beers. Lee's kind of sound interesting. Scott's kind of interesting. I know it didn't turn out that well, but I'm always interested to see what Moosehead can do because I know they can do a lot better than that lager they're punning on everyone. But you guys would actually be surprised. But the one to me that was kind of interesting was actually Dan's. I mean, not that I'll vote for Dan or anything. I don't care about his beer. I actually voting for Joe, but Dan sounded interesting. But no, I vote for Joe because I want a Prairie Bomb. Because I know that Prairie Bomb is better than any other beer here. I know that for a fact. I can't get them that often anymore.
Oh shit! Fuck you. Those beers
fuck
are
you guys.
shit.
Joe's Prairie Bomb is better than all your beers. I can tell you that for a fact. Hashtag fact. Bye.
Every Prairie Bomb I ever had was garbage.
Lee's turn.
Fuck you.
Well,
but no, I like that. That's good.
That's because you're
Good
garbage.
times.
So.
All right.
No,
You
you're garbage.
teased me and let me down. You gave me blue balls. Thank you ever so
Dan's
fucking much.
garbage.
I only wanted to get you just to the brink, Dan, and then I
that's the definition of blue balls.
Yep, pretty much. Thank you.
All right, so thanks, Greg. Let's move on to Mr. Lee. And what did you think, Lee? Which one would you rather have had?
Lady Lee's.
All right,
Yay! Thank you.
that's actually 2 for Lee. All right, so let's move on to Lady Lee and say, Lady Lee, of all the beers you had here tonight, which would you rather have had?
Fuck you.
I feel like my decision is pretty obvious because like everyone had a stout, except for Lee and his mead.
Well, Carrie
So-
had
My double IPA definitely wasn't a stout.
And
I'm not
Ross
huge on like IPAs are not hugely my thing. Like I'm particularly picky. I
Quad's not a
really don't
stout.
like fruit bread. I do not like it whatsoever.
Fruitcake.
Do you like s'mores?
Cranberry. Not at all. No, I don't like fucking stouts. I hate stouts. Hate.
Do you like
hate,
double?
hate
Do you like
stouts.
double tempest? It's not a stout at all.
Anyways, I love cranberries, and I'd be very interested to try Lee's. So Lee basically got my vote right from the get-go as soon as he said it, and nothing swayed me
Wow.
anywhere else.
Sounds like you two are in cahoots together.
I think you saying I hate Belgian beers.
Conspiracy.
I don't like most of them, but I've come around.
You drink them
You
with
just haven't
your...
found the right stout. There's a stout out there somewhere that you will fucking love, guaranteed.
All right.
Yes, the one that everybody hated, I loved.
Okay.
We
Which
already
one was
had this
that?
conversation.
Which one was that? I don't remember that.
Miss Vicky's chips. All right, so let's...
Exactly.
I see all dressed, please.
All right, let's go over to Scott. Scott, of all the beers here you had tonight, heard here tonight, which would you rather have had?
Okay, so I've been very quiet this whole time.
Yeah.
Moosehead is always a bridesmaid, never a bride. I feel like we're getting the shaft here. Everyone else is always better than me.
Can't vote for yourself.
I feel like a lot of it has to do with you being in the position that you are makes us more inclined to shit on them just to kind of jab at you kind of thing. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
can't disparage them, but we can.
Scott, I'm voting for Moosehead, if not for Miss Vicky's spicy all dressed chips. I'm sorry. 100%.
So I did want to try this quad. I'm gonna pour a little bit in here, and I'm gonna get my.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fruit nog.
oh, Greg has started a trend. I love
Does
it.
he also have chalet sauce, though?
No, I don't think she'll
We need to
You know
do
what?
it.
I did the Imperial Stout with the chocolate milk at one point. That was honestly pretty too. I can't remember which stout it was, but it was amazing.
Those two might actually go pretty well together.
That's what I'm thinking too. No, it doesn't.
Nice.
No, it doesn't.
All right,
Uh,
Scott.
For the beer I'd rather have, I'm going to stick with Dan on this one. I was very interested. As soon as he introduced it, I'm like, that's something I really like. I really tried to like other ones before going back to you, but you know what? I'm going to swing back and say, you know what? I want to really try Dan's. I really like the mix of, you said it was hazelnut in there?
The pistachios.
Pistachios. I really like the mix of pistachio and vanilla. Both of them, I think, have a nice sweet taste to them, and I'd like to see how they.
The maple as well.
Yeah, exactly right. So I'd like to see how that all mixes together. So I'm going to go with Dan, and I'm going to shoot the rest of this, which was not very good.
I'm sorry.
There we go. Dan got to at least blow half a load.
At least somebody knows how to blow my load. I mean,
Jesus.
Don't lose that.
Whoa,
vote, Dan.
whoa, whoa,
Don't
whoa.
lose the vote.
no, sorry, my bad.
All right. So thank you, Scott. At least we got a two-way. We've got Laylee in the lead. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm torn between either Dan's beer. I like the sound of that.
Dan not gonna vote?
Oh yeah, Dan gets the vote.
You gotta go through Dan.
Go for it. I forgot Dan was here because he showed up late.
Yeah, I'm always a latecomer, but at least
at least you come eventually.
At least he comes eventually.
All right, Dan, pick a beer.
So the thing was, tonight I was torn between 4 beers. One of them was going to be the Blind Man Brewing Imperial Stouts, barrel-aged Imperial Stouts. The other one's going to be the Canterbury barrel-aged Imperial Stout. And the third one, I was going to possibly get Nick's vote because it was one of the ones he reviewed before.
Remember when you traded all your cool beers for a stupid bottle of whiskey and you weren't going to drink?
I remember that very well, and at the same point in time,
you just used all these cool
shelf. So
that was just funny. I'm sorry. I love you, Dan.
And that bottle of whiskey was still fucking glorious.
It better have been.
Anyways, so who would I vote for tonight? Now, at this point in time, I like a lot of people's beers here. However, what Joe had tonight kind of brought me back to my second anniversary 8 years ago on YouTube, where I actually tried the original Prairie Bomb. And I've always thought about the Prairie Bomb. And knowing that they do this Christmas one, like, the fuck? I actually kind of had an interest of trying that. The hard part about this is usually when they come up here, the spice has fallen off on it and it's just a stout. But I'm still kind of curious of what they would do to make it into a holiday-themed kind of beer. So I'm going to really tie things up and say, hey, Joe, my vote's for you.
I am drinking a beer in your honor now. This is basically an Imperial Cream Ale that's supposed to mimic a raspberry almond thumbprint cookie, Christmas cookie. It's made with lactose.
So someone also get Dan's vote if you were reviewing it.
I feel like he's sucking up here.
I'm not sucking up to anything.
I think Joe's sucking up to Dan.
He's nice.
That's what I do.
All right. Thank you, Dan. I guess it's a two-way tie between
I think it's a three-way tie, isn't it?
Two-way tie.
Two-way tie between Lady Lee and Joe. So
I thought Manly had 2 votes.
No.
So Lee's only got a vote from Lee.
I will graciously give her I know you need to vote, I think, still, Nick. No one really cares about your vote. But I'll graciously give it to her as long as I somehow get a bag of Miss Vicky spicy all-dressed chips in my hand at some point and everything.
Yeah, but Joe, that's the reason why there is a tie, is because you already gave the vote to her.
You wanted to see
that? The actual beer. It looks like it's got some red. Pretty.
Yeah, tasty. I mean, it's real raspberries in there. It's
nice.
It's not great.
So
I mean, it's good, but it's really sweet because of lactose.
Lady Lee, you're gonna send Joe Miss Vicky's for the win, right? You're just gonna mail him a Miss Vicky's all dressed.
It'll probably cost about $8,000 to go across.
Joe's just gonna give up.
Yeah, you still have to. If you're buying votes with Miss Vicky's chips, then you still have to send them.
I plan on hitting Canada this upcoming year, so I need intel on where these are available so I can get my grubby little balls.
When you're here, we can hook up.
Yeah, like probably any big grocery store.
Just meet up with Greg. Just meet up with Greg at a Swiss Chalet. He's probably got something that he's been keeping warm in his jacket.
Yeah, my corner store has the dill pickle and the all dressed.
Holy!
I haven't seen the all dressed spicy ones.
Going into 7-Eleven and just probably buying them out. It's gonna be fun.
I think we're just all dressed.
All right.
And get a taquito while you're there.
I'd have to take a look.
I'm not crazy now.
All right, so my turn. My turn to cast the vote here, and I'm torn between 2. And considering I'm looking at where the scores are, the 2 I've decided between are either Joe's, because I love the sound of that Prairie Christmas bomb, like Christmas spices, with the mole kind of imperial stout. That sounds amazing. And Dan's beer sounds amazing if it's an imperial stout that's actually got a nice thick body on it. The only downside is that it's probably, the way he described it, is that it's probably got enough lactose to make me shit for a week. So that means Joe. I'm casting my vote towards Joe, which means Joe is tonight's winner. Congratulations, Joe. You win a bag of Miss Vicky's spicy all-dressed chips.
You win a date with me next time you're in Canada.
That is the
Greg
fucking.
will buy him for you.
Default on this victory, and someone else can just jump in here and hang out with Greg.
No, it's me, Joe, Paul, and Average Dad. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna hang out outside of women's bathroom all day.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Average Dad now has a lady friend, so.
Oh, really?
She's welcome to join us.
She is not definitely going to tolerate you.
Swingers.
I feel she can tolerate your dad.
Hey,
she
Nick.
can handle me. I'm a small
True.
fish compared to your dad.
Woman would ever tolerate you. Jesus Christ.
All right, so I'm gonna put myself.
What person would tolerate Greg? I don't know.
I'm gonna put myself back up because the magic question was asked by several people, and then we'll read the rest of the comments and get this done. What's next week's beer? Next week's beer is the last BA101 of the year, so it's going to be kind of a New Year's kind of theme episode. So it's going to be a celebration beer / vintage beer / well, we'll just stick with seasonals because honestly, it's a party. I kind of want more people to join. So, but the idea is to bring something
blow your load
like
something
like a vintage ale or something like that, or winter seasonal
something
counts.
You've left in your fridge for a very long time.
Well, yeah,
Trying to find the perfect time.
Moose Dry. Well, anything to celebrate. Let's just say that. Anything to celebrate next week. So
just bring an IPA that you forgot about for 6 years.
There you go. I probably have some.
So it's just a show and swell.
No, you do, Nick.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just do a show and swell.
For a very long time.
Let's do a comment.
Show and swell.
Would you use them?
So, Lee, comments.
I won't be here next week.
Boo.
I was just happy you're here this week, Lee.
All right, anybody gonna read the comments?
You gotta work or?
Yeah, I have to work. I'll read what's left here. So Jimmy Jazz comes back in and says spicy dill pickles, dill pickle chips are the best from Miss Vicky's. And Lee says agreed, and I said Jimmy knows his shit because he does.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dill pickle chips.
So I'm pretty sure it's not spicy all dressed, it's spicy dill pickle. We got it mixed
Not
No, spicy all dressed in spicy.
I don't know. I have a very delicate situation with my heart, so you can't be, tugging on my heartstrings and then rip it the fuck out. Like,
yeah,
I just googled it.
They'll just give you another healthy baboon heart. It'll be good for you.
That's not how it works, Greg. I wish it was.
Every time you fuck up your heart, another baboon just loses its life, so you can live like a year longer.
I appreciate his sacrifice for hers.
It just says all dressed.
It is all dressed. It's just all dressed.
But still, Miss Vicky's. It's way better than Lay's.
They're really tasty.
Or Ruffles.
You're not wrong. Yep.
They're really freaking tasty.
Ruffles all dressed are good. We get the Ruffles all dressed down here, but you're right, Dan. It is actually they make them here in the U.S., so they're not imported. And I've had them, and they're not as good as the Canadian.
I mean,
they don't put ketchup in it.
I do agree with you that Miss Vicky's is better, but I feel at the same time it's also a different chip experience than like something like Lay's or Ruffles.
I love kettle cooked chips, so Miss Vicky's plus all dressed equals fucking sign me up.
It is actually really fucking good.
I probably write it as extra spicy because it's all dressed up is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean they are markedly much more spicier than regular dressed chips. So.
I'm gonna go back at the border and have like 7 cases of them. They're gonna fucking.
They do have spicy ketchup though.
You're gonna have to travel across Canada just to get back into the States.
Fucking $600 on fucking Miss Vicky's chips on the way back. They'd be like, "What are you doing? I don't know. You sure don't order store or something? No, these are all from."
Hasn't spent that much money in Canada since those
bag of ketchup chips. Okay,
since Lay's had the chalet chips, I don't think Joe spent as much money.
I used to be fat, but I want to get back there, so that's why.
Man said used to be.
You're working on it, Greg. Yeah. All right, I think we're done for the night. So congratulations, this is the Christmas episode of BA101.
Merry fucking Christmas, motherfucker!
You can see where it says like my large penis is underneath me.
No, happy holidays. We don't say Merry Christmas. Fuck you.
Holy crap! Well, we got Justin Tinker in the comments swearing. Good God!
What?
Really?
Oh wow!
Goddamn holiday chips. That's what qualifies.
Cheer, wish you assholes a Merry Christmas.
That's what qualifies for swear words for Justin Tinker. Wow, anyway,
all right, he's a naughty boy.
Talk to you folks next week.